So I think it was last year, he thought he placed the order and we got there to go pick it up. They're like, "We don't have an order for you." And I was like, "We don't have anything to eat, and it's, like, Thanksgiving, and we don't have anything to eat, and everything's closed." So we ended up going to the hot bar at Whole Foods was still open when we were there to pick it up. So I ended up doing, like, Indian food mixed with, like, Thanksgiving food that one year. That was pretty awesome.
Welcome to We're All Just Faking It. This is episode 22. Today we are talking about making holidays magical for you. With us today we have Steph, Blaze, Braylon, and myself, Dana.
What's going on, guys?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Holidays do you guys celebrate during this time?
Thanksgiving, Christmas, multiple Christmases.
Definitely just Thanksgiving and Christmas, but I technically work retail, so all of them. I celebrate all of them in some capacity.
That is true. I never thought about that before.
We do obviously Christmas Eve, Christmas, and then Boxing Day in the UK, which I know you guys don't have
Yeah.
in the US.
I do Thanksgiving
Boxing
and
Day the one?
Christmas.
Is Boxing Day the one for gifts?
No, Christmas is the one for gifts.
What is Boxing Day?
Boxing Day is the day after Christmas.
Oh, what do you do?
Well, for me, my cousins come around and we open the presents from them. Like we have basically like a second Christmas. And you don't normally work on Boxing Day unless you're in retail, unfortunately. Because it's a bank holiday and yeah, it's just like kind of a nice time to chill. But I will get up what it actually is supposed to be because everyone does Boxing Day.
Do you have like traditions you do on Boxing Day besides like the cousins come over? Like, is there a meal that you eat or anything like that?
We normally eat like party food because like we've had our big meal at Christmas.
Party food like pigs in a blanket?
Well, like I guess
Like
technically
that? Like
yes, because we have like
appetizers?
mini sausage rolls, but which is like the same thing as your pigs in a blankets, right?
Yeah. We had
Yeah.
weenies last night at our Christmas party and
Aw.
they were so good.
Yummy.
Like just
So
all those
I
good
don't
things.
I don't know why, but in my head, when you say Boxing Day, I do imagine Santa with boxing gloves on.
So do
It just
I.
kind of clicks like gift boxes makes the most sense, Steph. What the fuck?
So like
Is it like a
originally,
day? What's the history? Do you have it pulled up?
yeah, yeah, that's what I was just about to. So like today, it's like basically you have like sales, like Boxing Day sales. It's very much like a like
Like Black
today, like
Friday?
in now it's a little bit like, but not like it's just like obviously all the stuff that's left over from Christmas that hasn't really been sold. You can get it for super cheap, which is what I normally do for my Christmas presents for the next year. So I get it all then. But it's also like in the past, it was like you like gave gifts to the poor. It's also
Oh.
known as Saint Stephen's Day, Offering Day, Day of Goodwill.
Offering Day and Day of Goodwill make much more sense. Like that makes sense. You just got a bunch of Christmas presents. And now it's time to go be charitable.
Yeah, but like we we all just
It's
call it
morphed into
Boxing
something
Day.
else.
Yeah, I mean, as Christmas has, but I will say there is a far more important holiday than Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Boxing Day. And no, I will not be taking questions. Butters was born on the 25th of December. So
Aww.
I try to just celebrate my little girl's birthday. She's gonna be 13 this year. And I'm gonna have a teenager, and that blows my fucking mind.
That is so cute. My mom's birthday is Christmas Eve. So we usually
Really?
celebrate her birthday on Christmas Eve. And actually now my cousin was also born on Christmas Eve. So her nephew shares a birthday with her. So we usually celebrate both of their birthdays. And honestly, this is the first year that I won't be there for her birthday.
Aw, sad.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that and that you were sad about it.
Mm-hmm. We'll be at Reagan's family's house that day.
Splitting Christmases is very hard.
Yeah.
My husband and I have just decided, well, for like the last 10 years, we have just done Thanksgiving with my family and Christmas with his family because he had little siblings and like it's more fun to spend Christmas with them when you have like little kids around. I think it
Yeah.
makes Christmas a little bit more fun. And they live somewhere snowy. So it was like always way more enjoyable than like being in Arizona. But now my mom got tired of Christmas, so every other year my family goes on vacation somewhere and just skips Christmas entirely, which we don't all love. And then my sister's like, I'm sad on vacation years. She's like, I want Christmas.
I love the like spirit around Christmas. So
Yeah,
like
me
not
too.
celebrating it kind of
Right?
feels weird to
I
me.
know.
Also, like a lot of us are dealing with like seasonal depression. Like Christmas is like one of the things that I'm like actually looking forward to
Yeah.
in this time.
Yeah.
If you just took that away from me, I'd be like, I don't know what to do.
Also, I don't know about you guys, but like my husband's family, like their house is decorated like to the nines. Like there are Christmas decorations like in every bathroom. Do you know what I mean? Like there is not a blank space of Christmas decorations. Um, but it's funny, and so like when we go there, like Christmas is very magical. It's snowy, it's decorated, there's a fireplace. But we've also had Christmas before a couple times, just me and him at our house. Like we don't have a lot of Christmas decorations, and for me, the thing that makes it the most magical is that we just make the same food. And then even if it's me and him, we still have like our breakfast Christmas casserole and like mimosas, and it like feels very much like Christmas, even though it's just the two of us and it's not that fancy. Like for
I
me,
love
that's what
that.
like makes my holidays is like, do I get the yummy food? Then it's Christmas.
Yeah,
See, I had
all
to
about the
stop
food.
relying on the food because, like, I think it was last year, Vrona ordered. So we've done Whole Foods like Thanksgiving for a couple of years now because it's really easy and the food's good. Like,
Oh, they
it's
make
good
it?
food. Yeah, like
Oh,
Whole
that's
Foods will
so
give you an
nice.
entire Thanksgiving spread and you get to like pick from like a bunch of
Oh,
different
how
sides. You can get
fun.
exactly what you want. And it's good. It's good food. So I think it was last year he thought he placed the order and we got there to go pick it up. They're like, "We don't have an order for you." And I was like, "We don't have anything to eat." And it's like Thanksgiving. And we don't have anything to eat and everything's closed. So we ended up going to the hot bar at Whole Foods was still open when we were there to pick it up. So I ended up doing like Indian food mixed with like Thanksgiving food that one year. That was pretty awesome. I I don't
Was
cook
it still
Thanksgiving dinner though.
magical
It
for you?
honestly hanging out with my husband on any holiday is magical. Like he doesn't like traditions. He thinks they're fucking cringe. Like I could never get him in matching pajamas every year. That would never happen. Like it
My
would
husband
never
only does
happen.
that for his mom. Like my
Well,
mom
and
is
it's
always
like
like, "How do you guys get the matching pajamas?" And I'm like, "Trey's mom buys them, and we're just nice, so we put them on, even though we're
we
30
would just
years
bring
old."
them. Honestly, if someone bought me matching pajamas with the dog and the cat and Rona, I would take at least one photo. But he did ask me if I wanted to like put the tree up this year. We haven't I don't know, that's not really, like, the big thing for us, and now that we're adults and we do it ourselves, like, I'm sorry, but decorating for the holidays is just fucking more work. It's just more work. I'd
It
rather not
is,
have it
but it
and just,
makes you
like, sleep.
feel good. Doesn't it make you like I walk in, I see my Christmas tree, I'm like every day in the living room, I'm like, "Christmas!" Blaze
Yes,
is pointing to a Christmas tree above her head.
yes,
And it's so
but
I
cute.
know.
you gotta, like, corral the animals away from it, and
Oh,
it's like
see, we
last
don't
year,
have that issue as much.
we we put the tree next to Izzo's crate in the kitchen, and, like, we came home and we saw wet everywhere. This motherfucker lifted his leg and peed on our tree through his crate, like, just pissed all over the floor just to
That's
get it on the
kind of
tree. Like,
hysterical.
Oh my
I don't wanna do this anymore.
gosh.
It's
Oh
just
my
more
god.
things to clean.
See,
You need to
Mira
get a
doesn't
tiny
mess
one.
with the tree, so
Yeah, neither do my pets. You need to get a small one and put it on a table, Steph.
yeah, one that he
Something,
can't get
right?
to.
Something, right?
I mean, last year we didn't even put up any Christmas
My
decorations.
That
jaw
would
is
make
on the
me
floor.
insanely sad.
So
I
I know.
know.
Basically, what happened is we normally put our tree in the drawing room because
Real quick,
the
what's a
cats can't
drawing
get to
room?
it, basically. Pardon?
What's a drawing room?
So like for us, it's just like a room where we basically just use it for Christmas, honestly. or like just put a load of shit in. But
Like,
a drawing room used to be where like you know how like the woman would make all the food and stuff, and like you would eat all the food, and then the gentleman would go to the drawing room to have like whiskey and cigars and just sit
oh,
in there.
it's kind of like
And then
maybe like a family room, like a second living room that's smaller.
for us, yes, but like
Yeah,
back in those days, it was only for the men.
gotcha.
But we mainly just walk through it to get to our conservatory. But yeah, we have like a drawing room / dining room in there. So
What's a
like half is
conservatory? I'm so sorry.
Where the fuck do you live?
She's like, we just walked through the drawing room to get to our conservatory. I'm like, who are we on Titanic? Like, what is
It's like
happening?
the most fucking British thing I think I've
I
ever
love
heard
it.
Dana say.
I'm not making fun of you at all. I actually love it, and I just want to like understand what rooms you're in.
I'm just trying to Google to explain what a conservatory is. Sorry. It's like, I
think-
I don't have to explain this.
I think right after
basically,
podcast,
it's
we just
like-
need you to just flip your camera and just walk us through this castle. I need to see your castle.
I do want to see.
I do want to see
House so
too.
bad.
So it's basically a building or room having glass or other transparent roofing and walls used as a greenhouse or a sunroom.
Oh, it's like a sunroom. Okay.
You have that in your
Is it
house?
your house?
Yeah, it's like attached to well, obviously the drawing. The drawing.
Both Braylon and I crying in Arizona.
I
Like,
know. What? I want a
Doesn't really get
sunroom.
sun in
My
it, but
parents have a sunroom.
we use it basically. What we use it for is to dry our clothes in there.
But yeah, you don't get sun a lot, so it's funny that you would have a sunroom.
Yeah, but like
no, that makes
because it's,
perfect
like,
sense why they have a sunroom.
I think it's like plastic or the way that it is, like it's either freezing cold in there or ridiculously hot in there. So like,
Oh,
you wouldn't be able
gotcha.
to like sit in there for fun or anything. But you would put your clothes in there, and after a while they would get like dried.
See, my parents' sunroom, they have like AC unit in it.
Oh, nice. That's
Mm.
nice.
Oh yeah, we don't have like AC.
So it
in
helps a
mine.
little
Yeah.
bit.
I want to be one of those women that aesthetically reads in a room full of plants, but one,
That's
I
my
fall
parents'
asleep as soon
sunroom.
as I read anything, and two, I can't. I do not have a green thumb. Do not give me plants. I
My
look for them.
at my parents' house, my mom has like so many plants, and like in the sunroom specifically, there's like
Huh.
5 different plants in there, and it has like really cozy chairs that you can just sit at and read.
I
and
want to
stuff.
go.
It's so nice.
Yeah,
That
right?
sounds lovely.
If I could steal my parents' house and everything they have in it, I 100% would.
Soon.
They need to
soon.
watch
I'm
out
just
then.
kidding. So, what are some of your guys' favorite holiday traditions?
Oh,
I have one. This is my all-time favorite tradition, and I've talked about it before. But for Christmas, usually we can't. It like the weekend that we do it changes each year, but we always put together a gingerbread house every single year. And every single year, we change up which candy we use. We do not use the candy that comes in the box ever. And
Do
We-
you
it's so
decorate the
fun.
walls while they're lying down?
no.
Oh, I saw like a gingerbread tip, and the girl was like, decorate the walls like while they're laying flat.
So
Wait for them to dry, then put that ish together.
that is
We have
smart,
smooth
but the
fucking
thing
brains.
is,
What the
we
fuck?
actually
Great idea.
we get the ones that are like pre-put together
Oh,
because
you're
it's
just decorating?
easier. Because otherwise, yeah, we're just decorating. Otherwise, you have to put cans on the inside to actually prop it up so that it doesn't fall
I
over.
never thought about using like an internal structure.
I'm telling you, we've been doing this since I was like super young, so I know all the tricks.
Do you just make one as a family?
Yeah, we just make well, okay, sometimes now that I have like younger cousins,
They get their own to be all
yeah,
busy?
they get their own. So
Okay.
that it doesn't
You're like,
mess
you
up
don't want
ours.
the children. This is a
Yeah.
work of art. I just imagine your family being like, so
Yeah,
here's
so-
yours. Go
Yep.
wild.
We
This
have
is the one that's
for
going in the art
kids,
museum.
and then one for me and my mom.
Do you
Why
eat
don't we
them?
do this? Can we all make gingerbread houses every year? I am a sucker for traditions, and like Rona won't do them with me. I just want to do.
Here's
like,
what
this
you do,
same comfy,
Steph.
cozy thing every year.
You just do them, and you make a nice pot of coffee and you go sit in the kitchen and put on Christmas music and you just go to him, I'm going to be over here building a gingerbread house if you'd like to join me. That motherfucker is going to join you. But if
No,
you
he
just ask
won't
him straight
because
up on a
Braylon.
Tuesday at like 9 a.m.,
No,
hey, Verna, do you want to build a gingerbread house? He's going to be like, no.
no, Braylon. I've done this. If I've carved pumpkins in the 7 years we've been together, I've done that shit on my own. He tried it one
Aw.
time and he left me
Pumpkins,
about
though, is a
halfway.
really
It's not his
sensory, icky
thing.
experience. Very
That's
different than
true.
gingerbread houses.
That's true. So
I don't
I
really
did
like
buy
doing
gingerbread
gingerbread
houses one
houses.
year. I think, what the fuck happened to those? Because I did do gingerbread houses one year, and I did exactly that. I went and sat at the table, and I put on the nice music, and I had like
You just did
drinks
it by
out.
yourself?
Yeah. He came over and checked on me every once in a while, which I love that for him. He does that now, like in the craft room. He'll come in every couple hours, like just checking on you. You got water? You okay? Have some kisses. But then he fucks off and goes back to his own thing, which is fine.
That's honestly
I like
great.
That's so cute though.
Honestly, so nice. I
Which
always
is like,
brag that every time I walk into our gaming room, if Trey is gaming, the second that I walk into the room, he pulls his headphone off his ear. I'm like, that is
oh,
the nicest
100%.
gesture. Like,
Yes.
hello, hi. Like, I'm like, that is just like that small thing. I'm like, thank you. You make me feel heard.
That's
See,
so
I'm the toxic one. I'll like call him in a private Discord call, and I didn't realize it took him out of his Discord channel when he did that. It's like, oh, Mike just fucking leaves in the middle. It's like, my bad. That's me.
Sorry.
He always answers. What about Braylon and Dana? What do you guys do for holiday traditions? I don't have anything. We just never did.
Did you want to go first, Braylen?
Yeah, you can go first.
So I had an old tradition which I don't do anymore because basically what we used to do is we always have Christmas at my granny's house, and I used to not live with my granny and my mum. I used to live with just my mum. So what we used to do is, as a tradition, was Christmas Eve we would open one present from our tree after we'd done midnight mass. So that would be like one of our traditions. And then now that we live here, it's a bit different because like we're not gonna go home at the end of the like day because we already live here. So we have like traditions of like we don't open our presents until after the Queen's speech or King's speech this year. We always do on Boxing Day, we always do like a quiz and things like that. Like, those like where you put like a band on your head and it says like a name of somebody and you have to guess who it is. We do that sometimes
Oh
as
my gosh,
well.
like in The Office?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so much fun.
We call it like Who Am I, but like I'm sure there's loads of different names for it. We do that every year. Somebody, I'm not gonna name names, it gets very drunk, not me, and then ruins it because they start making jokes about who your character is, even though you don't know who your character is at that point. So then you're like really like, who and what's happening? And then eventually when you find out who your character is, you're like, oh, okay, your joke makes sense now. It's a very confusing time. And there's celebrations normally because that makes me happy. They're a type of chocolate thing.
Nice.
There's like a box of like assorted wrapped chocolates is what the celebrations are. What other things do we do? We don't have breakfast. We just eat our selection box, so we just have chocolate for breakfast.
Which you described like last week what a selection box was to
Yes,
us,
I
which
did.
is basically just a fancy box of pre-selected candies. Well, sometimes they're fancy, sometimes they're small, and you just eat that for breakfast.
Yeah,
British
they're
people love their
mainly
candy,
smaller
don't
than they
they?
should be, which is
It's
sad.
amazing.
I
Oh yeah,
love
you
it.
said advent calendars too. Do you
Oh
said
yeah,
you
I have
one
my
every
advent
year?
calendar downstairs actually, and then I have a night shift one from the Samaritans as well because I'm doing that. But yeah, I think that's most of our traditions. Oh, and we all get really annoyed at each other on Boxing Day because somebody cheats or doesn't play the game properly or something happens where when people leave at the end of the day, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of glad you left because like you.
Oh my gosh.
We're a very competitive family. We're fine like the next day, but like on the day it's like you cheated, you did this wrong, you're not playing the game properly, so yeah, it's fun, it's good fun.
That's
I
pretty
like
funny. Yeah,
it.
British
sorry.
people do tend to like, what is it? What do you call it when you're like bantering?
Banter, yeah, banter.
Yes.
We love banter.
Mm-hmm. I was
We
once
love
in a
being mean to
Discord
each
call.
other, but as a joke.
I was once in a Discord call. Were we playing Among Us? Is that what we were
Yeah,
doing?
we were.
And
playing
it was me and like what 7 British people, and
Yeah.
they were all bantering. But like in my mind, like I was like, "Are y'all being mean to each other?" It was like funny and friendly, but also like borderline talking shit. It was like very walking the line of like talking shit to each other, and I'm just like, "What is going on?" But it was very funny.
I remember calling someone a shithead, and I remember
Yeah.
telling someone to F off.
Do you know
'Cause
what's so
they almost
funny?
caught me, but like we were all joking.
It's so funny that you say that because my dad is like more than 50% British. And when he plays games with us, like he'll be playing Catan with me and my sister, and he'll be like, "You little shithead," to like one of us. It just comes out when we play the games.
It's
That's
just yeah,
so
I don't know
funny.
how to explain it. Like it's not like we're not being mean to each other, but we are swearing at
It's
each
friendly.
other.
It's friendly smack talk.
That reminds me
Yeah.
of like growing up, we would during holidays, my whole family would get together. We would play card games, and oh my god, they got so intense. It's exactly how you're explaining it.
The thing is, if you like your Christmas, if you like your family at the end of Christmas, like you're doing it wrong.
I like
You're
that.
doing it wrong.
That's funny.
Although I'm
My
excited this year because my nephew, he wasn't born last year. He's born this year. He's like
oh
9
fun.
months. So I don't know. We might have new traditions starting up, which will be exciting.
My Christmas traditions, like with my own family, we always have, well, we had like different traditions when I was a kid versus when we were adults. And when we were adults, we always would open all of our Christmas presents on Christmas Eve because at like 9 p.m. And then on Christmas morning, we would just open stockings, and that way everyone could like sleep in. Nobody has to wake up early. We're all adults. We like sleep in, open your stocking, have mimosas. My sister would make cinnamon rolls, and we would just chill and like look at our presents that we opened. But as a kid, we always did open one present on Christmas Eve, and it was always pajamas, which I feel like is a pretty common thing. You get your Christmas PJs the night before Christmas.
I never got Christmas PJs until Reagan's mom.
I was gonna say
buys
Reagan's
me
family
them.
does that. Yeah.
They do it. My family has never done that.
Really?
I don't
It's
think
very
that was
never.
common
common.
growing up either.
It's very, at least, maybe it's not common. I just think it is because Trey's family also does it. So
I
like
think it is common. I just
to
like
get
my family
PJs.
never did it.
It's-
Yeah.
It sounds
like an
very
American
American,
thing.
to be
It
honest.
does, yeah.
My mom was brought up Indian, so
Oh, so
and
that
like
makes
there
sense.
wasn't really like there was like a stepdad, but I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. But I think I got as a kid to open like one gift on Christmas Eve, or like maybe it was my
Was it just a
stockings.
random gift?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it could have been pre-planned. Like
I
parents
think
making their
it's
kids do what they want them to do, making them think it was their idea.
I
I
think
don't know.
it's kind of genius, the like Christmas PJs on Christmas Eve, because then your kids sleep in them. Like if you're a mom and you have kids, you get them Christmas PJs, they put them on Christmas Eve. On Christmas morning, they're all wearing their Christmas PJs and they look extra cute in photos. And you have all the photos where everyone's in their Christmas PJs. It's like kind of
I
smart.
wanna.
It probably was
So
invented by some mom who was like, I would like everyone to match, please.
Probably.
I want
Definitely.
this little boy to wear Christmas PJs. This
Oh,
little
you should get him
boy.
Christmas
Thank
PJs.
That would be so cute.
Oh my god, he
I
would look
want.
like my
I could just
Build-A-Bears.
make them. I just need to like pull my sewing machine out. Maybe this is my sewing era. Maybe Q1 2023 I do sewing for a little bit. Maybe that's a thing. I've made PJs before for the cat. That is adorable. I hear that you can just get like toddler clothing and put that on your animals and it fits like pretty well.
I heard that as well, actually. I think Christmas Eve boxes are like becoming a thing in the UK, like they have in the last maybe like 3 or 4 years, where you get like pajamas, a Christmas film to watch that night, and maybe like some cocoa or something.
I
and
want
Yeah,
that.
mine and Blaze's jaws
seems
just
to be like a
dropped.
new thing. And I
Yeah.
wonder if we've kind of adopted that from your like Christmas Eve pajama thing, like maybe.
Oh
If
yeah.
we just start a business between the four of us,
Like a subscription
I'll
box for Christmas
I'll
Eve.
do that. We'll source some good hot chocolate. We'll source different kinds.
Mm.
You can select your own. Why? Chop
Yeah.
this
It probably exists.
Yeah, I think you can get them on Etsy and things. Like I mean I have a Starbucks hot chocolate, like, and then I have a shit ton of syrups. Like I have all the flavors. Except for toasted marshmallow, because those are like really big ones and I want little ones.
Oh, that sounds so good right now. Sounds so good. So I kind of caught myself thinking the other day, like I was putting together a playlist for a work holiday party. And initially I filled the playlist with like Christmas music. And I was listening to the playlist to make sure everything kind of flowed through. And I was like, why on earth do we as a human species collectively in the month of December stop what we're doing and put on Christmas music? It's literally the entire month. It's crazy because if you listen to Christmas music, like what the fuck is the point of the song? It's
A
about
lot of them are
sewing.
like historical,
Like
so then I
really
feel like
depressing as well.
a
Like
lot of
they
them are very
sound jolly, but
depressing.
they aren't.
Yes, if you listen to the lyrics, you're like, oh,
I also heard what was there's a song that Judy Garland, I want to say, sings, and she apparently changed all the lyrics of it because it was written like mid like during the Second World War, so it was more like this like might be our last Christmas kind of thing, like this might be the last time we see each other, we may not see each other next year kind of thing. And apparently she asked to change the lyrics for her to sing it, but I cannot remember what the name of the song
I remember
is.
reading about that. I think Christmas through the years has been hard for a lot of people, just like historically humans sometimes. It's like a time when we put focus on family, and if there's like problems going on in the world, then it's going to be like a more difficult time when you think about that stuff.
Yeah, it's Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Like
Oh.
the she like covered it, and it's like
They changed up all the
vastly different
lyrics.
words.
Yeah.
I'm glad that at least with a lot of like the festivities, it seems to focus on the optimism of the holiday season. I mean, there's definitely a lot of like the capitalism of the holiday season, but it seems to be mostly positive.
You can usually also just like kind of, if you want, like not participate in the capitalist stuff. Like you don't have to go to the mall. Like you don't have to, like put your focus on gifts. You can put it on food and spending time with people. And I think people are getting better about gifts too. Like buying people things that they can use or like experiences versus just like stuff.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
huge on practical gifts. I hate giving gifts that are just like pointless bullshit that's just gonna like sit around. Or it's just like, why? I like things that are useful. So I can't obviously divulge because there are people that listen to this and you don't get to know what you're getting for Christmas. Um, I'm glad that I caught that.
I think this year we're doing Secret Santa with so my immediate family is in the people that live in this house, and then my auntie's and their family who also live where I live, but like obviously in their own house. So we're doing we're picking out names from the other house, and they're picking out names from our house, and so I'm only getting one gift for all of them, and they're only getting etc etc, but we will be getting gifts for each other in this house. But otherwise, like, you've only got one present to open on Boxing Day, not even Christmas. But that's been a nice way because like a couple of people in my family don't really have a job at the moment and don't really have a lot of money, so it's kind of like been a way for them to kind of still participate and not feel bad that they can't get gifts for everybody, but at the same time as well, because you're only getting one gift for someone, you're kind of asking them what they actually want, which is nice. So people are actually getting things they want instead of like me. Like for instance, my auntie, I normally just get her I like pamper set because I always think like she seems really stressed, so I want to always like try and remind her like to like chill and like take a minute like for herself. But this year she actually said like she wanted some earrings and like gave me the like thing on Argos that she actually wants. So like this year she can actually get what she wants, which is really nice.
I'm
I just gave them my wish list so they could pick anything on there. So like at least it's still technically a surprise.
I'm a huge proponent of like sharing lists with people, like because it's so much more nice to get gifts that you like need or things that you're actually going to use. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with like being like letting sometimes I'll just email like my whole family, "Hi, here's my Christmas list." Like choose anything that you want off of it.
Honestly, if everyone could just like everyone who I ever have to get gifts for, if they could just give me that Amazon wish list, I would be so happy because then I can pick. It's still a surprise because you don't know what you're going to get, but I know that whatever's on there is something you're going to actually want, and it's not just going to be like some crap you're going to give away like next year.
And you still kind of get to go like shopping and like pick something out that like you think, like it's
Yeah.
fun. I agree.
I am the worst at telling people what I want for Christmas. I got like Reagan's mom texting and I'm like, I have no idea.
That's why I make
really
the
don't
wish list
know.
all year round. Like I just add things to it as I see things, and then if someone's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Just look at this."
I
'cause-
just like I tend to buy things that I really want, and then like things that I don't really care about would be the only thing that ends up on my Amazon wish list. And at that
How
point I'm like, do I really want to share this? Because I
Ho-
like it could go
yeah.
either way.
The
How
solution is food.
How good are you at like buying things that you need? Like, do you always have like good socks and like good underwear? Because those are like always my go-tos, or like nicer shampoos, like things that you actually use like in your day to day. Like, oh, can you get me like my shampoo and my conditioner and my body wash? Or like, we need all new dish soap in the kitchen, like practical stuff. That's what I always ask parents for. I'm like, Mom, I need a new pair of leggings. I need new underwear. I need new socks. I'll also take a
yeah,
new pair of boots. Shoes is a good one. Shoes is also like I'm like, give me a nice pair
Yeah,
of shoes.
shoes is a
Like
good one.
get some UGG
Did anyone
slippers
did anyone
or
ever tell you guys like growing up, like, don't be ungrateful that you got clothes as a kid. You're gonna appreciate getting clothes as an adult. And
no.
I as a snotty kid, I always be like, okay, well, I am not an adult. So
I am a
you
child.
made your choice.
see, I'd rather like people not buy clothes for me, unless like I've specifically like said which ones I want because
Clothes,
I'm really funny about like what I
I kind
wear,
of agree. I don't
like
usually get
texture
like
wise, not so much like oh it has to
yeah.
be like designer or anything.
No, I totally agree. I don't usually ask like if I'm asking for like socks and stuff, like I'm sending my mom links like here I want the Bombas and give me the parade
Yeah,
undies, please. Like I like have certain things because I'm very much my clothes are very sensory. They have to be like perfect or else I'll lose my mind. So
yeah, no. Also, Blaze, my old friend, who I used to do Christmas with, she was struggling with money a lot, so she would ask us to get like something from Lush that would help her skin or
yeah,
something, or
like
like
something fancy that you might not normally
yeah,
buy.
or like she would ask for like Epsom salts for the bath because like she had like sensitive skin and stuff, so like it would help kind of like soothe her skin and stuff. So like she definitely like said things that she like couldn't really afford herself that were really helpful for herself, like or not that she couldn't afford them, but like it was made like
It
a
was more of a
luxury.
treat.
Like
Yeah,
yeah,
more
if
of a
she got
luxury.
that, then like she wouldn't be able to get something else or something. So it's definitely like if there's like bath bombs, like really nice ones or something,
Something you might
things like
not
that.
normally buy yourself that you
Yeah.
might be like, I don't want to spend money on this. Those are good things for gifts.
It is. I guess my problem is that like when I get asked, I usually don't think of those things
Or you could get like
because it's
a
not like
5-minute
top of
journal.
my
Wait,
mind.
how
So
do
you
you
make a
find
note in Notion.
how do you find items to add to your throne wish list?
They have a
No, I know.
page
I'm
that
asking
takes you.
Blaze, like how
Oh,
do you think of them? Like how do you get ideas?
Honestly, sometimes I look at y'all's and see what you guys have, and then I kind of take inspiration. I'm like, what would I like?
Do you know what I
So
do? Is I
Do
just go
you-
shopping on Amazon when I want to add stuff to my throne. I'm like, okay, let's go to Amazon and I'll just click on like gifts and I just like go down a rabbit hole and I'm like, this is cute. This is cute. And then it's like a little shopping, even though you're probably not going to get all of it. That's okay. It's still fun.
I
I
do
do
I
the
was
that.
a little
same one on
different.
Etsy as well. That's why I have all those
Or
crystals
on
up.
Etsy. Oh yeah, like stream stuff too is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need a new desk mat? Or like you could order like a custom little like logo of your name on Etsy, like an LED
Yeah.
lights.
I
Dude.
want like a really big one that I've been wanting for a while,
Same.
but to get one it's like $150.
Oh,
So
that's kind of an
Would
expensive
you?
gift.
What's
yeah.
it on? Because you could ask for like a gift card for the place that it's on, and then
Oh,
like
It's on
add them all up
Etsy.
together.
do you ever just
That would
ask
be
for
good.
cash?
Yes. I asked for cash. I'm like, I don't know what I want, so money.
Money,
Money,
please.
please.
Yeah. Do you guys buy gifts for your family / significant other?
Depends on how much money we're making.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do always.
Usually we
In-laws,
don't buy
yes.
gifts for each other, or we don't buy gifts for anyone, except I buy gifts for my husband's little sibling.
Huh.
I mean,
Take
yeah,
that
we're
to the
we're the
ship.
same way. Like if Rona and I, if we want something like bad enough, we have a discussion and then we budget it. So for each other, not so much. We buy for the in-laws, and then I like to participate in like those little gift exchange things. I did the Reddit gift exchange for years
Oh
before they
yeah,
shut it
Trey
down.
does that too.
Mm.
Usually he would do it as well.
I'm kind of stressing out this week. I mean, this is such a silly reason, but next weekend I'm getting together with like my brothers and my parents. And like I know they're all getting me gifts, but they're also like a lot older than me and stuff
Uh-huh.
like that. But and I'm like I either have to buy for all of them
Or none.
or none.
Have you ever
It's stressing me out.
done a gift where you just buy everyone the same thing?
No.
Because there are
Yeah.
certain things where you can do that and you just get everyone the exact same thing. And maybe it's like 10 or 15 bucks. Like you could buy everyone like a really nice bottle of olive oil. Boom. Wrap it. Everybody uses olive oil. Or like something like that, like where everyone would use it.
Yeah.
There's also these things that I wanted to do by everyone in my family called a bagnet. Have you heard of those? It's like a leather wrapped like big ass magnet that you like clip to your bag, and then you can like hang it on anything metal instead of like having to set your purse on the floor. You can like in a restroom, you can like clip it to
Oh
the
yeah.
wall.
I know what
Like,
you're
and it
talking
works
about.
like with backpacks, like whatever. Like I'm sure like everyone could use one of those if they have a bag. Like even if you don't use a purse, like you might travel and carry a bag with you and you're in the airport. You like don't want to put it on the ground. You just magnet it to the wall or the door.
That's so cool. I was just thinking you should get like blind boxes for everybody.
Oh, blind boxes are fun.
Yeah, just be like, there you go. I don't know what it is either. Enjoy.
Or like, food stuff is always really easy. Like get everybody like a really nice Himalayan salt and like everyone would use that, like stuff like that. I think
Yeah.
that's easy when you have a ton of people. If you don't want to stress over it, like just get everyone the same thing. I saw this
think
girl on TikTok just bought really cute little tins on Amazon and made a shit ton of chocolate covered pretzels, and everybody got like a
Yeah.
little tin of chocolate covered pretzels.
That's a great idea. I think we talked about it last year. Like, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line at who you're getting gifts for?
I think it's better to like set a precedent, like communicate about it. I think kind of works better if you just,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, like for me, I've been buying presents for my whole family since I had a job. Like the first time I got a job, that's when you kind of get presents for people.
Well, and some people think it's fun and like you enjoy doing that, so like makes sense.
Yeah. So then like I do obviously all the people I live with, obviously. And then like I do my auntie, my uncle, my two cousins, and now my nephew. And then I've got my family that live like not super far away from me, but like say 3 or 4 hours away from me. And then like I always get my grandma and my granddad a gift. Like my mum and I kind of like both get this like we
Go
go
in together.
on the same dress present. And then I get my two cousins up there a present too, but I don't give my uncle and aunties presents because they don't give me presents, so like I feel like it's kind of chill not to to not
Yeah.
to worry about them. But like I feel like my cousins are younger than me, and so I don't expect presents from them, but I do want to give them presents because I do care about them a lot, and I love them. I love all my family. That sounded really bad. Like, no, not my uncles. But
Like,
like, because they're younger, I feel like it's, it would be a bit mean to like not give them a present. And then I don't know, with friends it's kind of hard because like I don't really have any close friends anymore this year. Like that's something new for this year. And normally I would get them a present.
We did a Secret Santa
Um
with your group though.
Oh yeah, obviously I
mm,
organized the Secret Santa that we all did, and that's really exciting. And I can't wait for my Secret Santa to open their present, and everyone else to open their Secret Santa presents as well. So that's been really fun, and it's kind of helped me to not feel quite so sad about not having in real life close friends this year. And then with work people, I just gave them Christmas cards this year,
Oh,
and
that's
some
smart.
chocolate coins.
Yeah, that's nice. My family some years will do a gift exchange. Like we'll like draw names and everybody then only has to buy one present.
I think if you know people in your family are struggling with money and stuff, that if you know that, say like your cousin is like struggling with money or something, I definitely think it's a nice thing to maybe suggest, hey, why don't we do Secret Santa this year so that we can take some of the financial strain off people
Uh-huh.
and stuff,
It's
because
much
then the
nicer.
person who's struggling with money doesn't have to say, hey, I can't afford this, because it's a really awkward position to put people in, and that it's not really fair because that's not really what Christmas is about anyway. Like
Yeah.
it's just supposed to be like being with your family.
see, like, I know at least one of my brothers is getting me something. And then obviously my parents are getting me something. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I was thinking either like a food item,
Yeah.
probably.
Be super easy.
Something
Yeah.
easy, kind of cheap. Because I mean, like, they know Reagan's in school. I don't really have money right now.
Yeah.
So
Some
I know
years,
they're not going to care.
yeah, whatever you do, they're gonna be happy, I bet. Even if you just did a
Yeah.
card, like, and wrote something really nice, like like wrote like a paragraph in their card about like how much they mean to you, like that. Some people like that means a
Oh my
ton to
god.
them.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just do that instead of a gift. Like a lot of time for my parents on their birthdays and stuff. I'm like, I'm poor, so you get a card with a really nice note in it. And they're always like, yay. Like,
And like
um,
my brothers
Right.
are so much older than me, it's not like
yeah.
they
You
can't
do
buy
get a
their own stuff.
you do get a pass, I think, being the baby of the family. Like nobody
Yeah.
expects you to buy anybody anything.
Yeah.
They're like, you're a baby.
Also, like some people do that thing where they're like, as soon as there's like, say, grandchildren or there's like children, they're like, oh, we won't get adults gifts, we'll just get the kids gifts and stuff, and then like that's
Well,
kind of easier as well.
only one of my brothers has a kid. So like there's only one child that's going to be around.
Just be like, nope, there's a child now, you get no presents.
I have two nieces, but Trey's parents still get everybody. And there's 3 adult kids and 1 teenager kid, and then 2 little babies, and they get everyone presents, which is really nice. Even like the spouses, like I will go to their house and I get like a shit ton of gifts on Christmas, like
Oh,
just as much as the kids, which is really nice.
That's how my
yeah.
family is with Reagan. They all get him gifts.
They
Aw.
do tend to like favor the girls in that family though, which is kind of nice because like if they go on vacation, like for some reason they'll like bring the girls presents but not the boys. And I'm like, thanks. Which I think is hysterical, and like Trey's or my brother-in-law sometimes gets a little shafted at Christmas. Like he doesn't get as much stuff as I do. Sorry. I don't mind it at all.
I love that. That is
It's
hilarious.
nice. Yeah.
At least you know you're like accepted in the family.
Yeah, well, we've been together for so long that like it's like second family. Like when we got married, everyone at our wedding already knew everyone and had known everyone for like years. College graduations,
Yeah.
high school graduations, like everyone at some point had like met our families, anyways.
My parents have never met Reagan's parents.
That'll be fun when they do meet. You'll have a good time.
Really?
Maybe. I
Oh,
don't
that's
know. They're
true.
so different.
Yeah.
They're so different. Like, my parents will be chill, but they're so different.
Our families are very similar, like mine and Trey's. Lots of Midwest background, so it's like kind of same cultures and things.
Yeah, my family has kind of traveled around a lot. His family not so much that I know of. So
Gotcha.
it's gonna be interesting.
That will be interesting. Hopefully it's before your wedding. If you get married.
Who knows? Who knows?
Is this the first year you guys are doing holidays with both of you? Like both your families?
No, last year we did.
Oh, nice.
So this is the second year. And oh my gosh. It's gonna be so chaotic because we're going to his mom's house. Well, we're going to my parents' house next weekend. And then the following weekend, we're going to his mom's house on Christmas Eve. And then we're staying till Christmas Day. And then Christmas Day, we're going to his grandparents' house. And there's just so many people.
Yeah.
To split it between.
That is a lot. That can be definitely something that's hard if you have like a lot of like multifaceted, I don't know if that's the right word, but like a lot of family in a lot of different places and you like want to visit everyone.
Like, also, there was another family get-together this weekend that I didn't go to that I should have. There's just too much family.
That is something like protecting your peace and like protecting your energy and your social battery during the holidays. Like a lot of families do like a lot of like obligation things. I think it's very common in families to be like, well, you have to come, like there's no saying no.
My problem is my family only gets together like once a year, but
Or
like
that's the case for some people too.
my
Yeah.
mom's family was getting together it was right after Thanksgiving. My mom's side of the family had get together. And then this weekend, my dad's side of the family was supposed to have a get together. I didn't go to that. And then next weekend, my parents, following weekend, Reagan's side, two different sides of it. It's just,
Yeah.
so much.
It can be a lot.
It's not going to get easier.
No.
It's just going to get worse.
And if you don't have a choice, there's no way that, well, you already did kind of not go to one of the events, but if there's no choice for you, like whether you don't see your family a lot or it's just your family operates off of a lot of obligation, like you would feel really, really bad if you didn't go because people would be like, why didn't you show up?
I also I genuinely really like my family too.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I want to see them. I
Yeah.
just
it just can be a lot. You have to use all your spare time to rest.
And
then if you have work holiday parties,
thankfully
friend holiday parties.
But... What do you mean? I have no IRL friends.
Yeah.
This is it.
It can be a lot.
Hard, though, especially when you live away from your family, because if you didn't live away, like I have my family quite close to me and they just randomly pop into the house, so you're like, oh yeah, okay, so I saw you last week, or we do everyone's birthdays where they come around for cake and stuff. It's really easy. But if I lived hours away and I was having to be expected to go to all those things, it's okay, and where am I gonna find that time?
Yeah. Thankfully, my parents don't really care if I go. They're kind of you should go, but we're not gonna
That's how mine are too. They don't ever guilt trip us or anything. Sometimes maybe a small bit, but
if I missed Christmas next weekend,
they would be sad.
Yeah.
They would probably mad at you. They would literally just genuinely really sad
because that's their weekend. Yeah. Because they've been, this is ever since my we used to do holidays with like my grandma, and when she died it was kind of like my dad chose a weekend, and next weekend happens to be the weekend that he chose for the holidays. So it's like if I didn't go, that would be really shitty of me.
I think it's really hard when you have a partner because, like, I can't imagine not having Christmas the way that I've always had it every single year of my life because it's always been the same. And then, like, when you have a partner, then they've got their Christmas that they've had probably the same every single year since they were born and stuff. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's so hard. Like, I would probably be okay with like going, like, you go to your Christmas, I go to my Christmas, and just like splitting up. But then if you add kids into that mixture, it's kind of awkward because like you can't be like, I'll take the kids with me to my Christmas this
Yeah,
year, you take them with
exactly.
you next year.
A lot of people do that though. Like a lot of my sister's friends will like, if they're a couple and they don't have kids, they each go home to their families.
See, I would do
And
that
like, I
with
don't
my
think there's
kids.
anything wrong with that. If like that's what you want, like it's okay. You can, go home to separately if you want.
I know, like, this year, the reason why I think once Reagan's grandparents die, which is very sad to say, but they are pretty old. But I think once they die, I don't know if he will want to spend the holidays with his family. I think that's the only like reason he really wants to go. So I'm just sticking it out.
And yeah, see, for me and Trey, we live by my family. They're 5 minutes away. We all work
Wow.
in the same building. So I see my parents like 5 times a week sometimes. Like I see them a lot. And my sister lives like 5 minutes from me. So that's why like we've been going to Trey's family for Christmas just for forever because I'm like, you never get to see your family. And like Thanksgiving, Trey doesn't really like Thanksgiving, and I love Thanksgiving. So I'm like, I'm fine to just do that with my family. And every year we'll go to yours for Christmas. Like, I'm like, I don't care. It's fun. You get to see your family. Now there's little babies. So it's like, but his sister lives here now with babies. So I'm like, all right, parents, time to come out to Arizona where you have 2 children and 2 grandchildren. So
Yeah, exactly.
like, it's your turn to come visit us now. But I will miss the snow and like the very Christmassy house. And like you can look at all the beautiful mountains. They live in Salt Lake. So there's like tons of beautiful
Oh,
snow-capped mountains just like everywhere you look. Like it's Christmas vibes are immaculate there.
that sounds amazing.
It's really nice.
Do you
I've
feel
gotten
as well
spoiled.
that like it's kind of like more of a holiday because you're going away from your home? Like,
I do feel like that sometimes when we leave, but also the years that we stay here, I'm like, this is so nice
yeah.
to not have to travel. But we usually would we go to stay with them for like a week or more, and we would bring our dogs. So we would drive, and it's 11 hours. And so that part was always like, oh,
That's understandable.
2 big old dogs in a car, 11 hours. Yeah. I always hated that part. Once you got there, though, you're like, snowy Christmas. You forget all
I
about
do
it.
miss that. I miss that. Like winter time and holiday time in Arizona,
Yeah,
it's not normal.
it's
It's
not.
weird.
There's palm
I've
trees, and it's like you take a walk. It's like 60 degrees and sunny on
Yeah.
Christmas.
But it's like I lived in Florida too for 5 years there, so it's like I'm not a stranger to it. I don't know. It's
It's
I guess it
definitely
kind of
not
like
Christmas vibes.
yeah, I lose the vibe of Christmas. Like I'm listening to Christmas music at the holiday party and it's like it's a little bit chilly outside. We got heaters out, but I'm like there's no snow, there's really no lights. There's nothing really Christmassy. Um maybe we'll go to like a festival or like one of those like drive-through parades for holiday houses. Maybe that'll give some Christmas cheer.
You just reminded me. Another tradition that my family has is on Christmas Eve. My mom and I will always go and look at the lights.
Trey's family does
Like
that
driving
too,
around
and
people's houses, looking at their
yes,
outside.
there
Yep.
will
Oh
be like
wow.
neighborhoods where everybody decorates, and they will have you like tune into a radio station, and the radio station is like synced with the lights. So you
That's
like
so
drive through the
cool.
neighborhood, and sometimes they do this like they'll do it like on a racetrack, they will just set up a ton of lights and you just drive through it. But sometimes it's also
What?
neighborhoods where everyone
I did
coordinates, and
that.
it's like you listen to a little radio station and you drive through, and all the lights are going like dun 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 dun. Dun.
One
Sounds
of my favorite
amazing.
one of
It's
my
really
favorite
fun.
memories is there was this artist in my old neighborhood, and every year he would put up lights in a tree. And like I was a kid when I noticed this, but I was like, that's Rudolph. Because there was a light post in front of it, and then he did like the outline of Rudolph. So like you wouldn't notice if you weren't really paying attention to what it was. And he did it like every year, and like one year he didn't do it, and people were asking him, they were like, where's Rudolph? And he ended up putting it up because he was
That's
getting
funny.
asked by so many people.
My parents' neighborhood is one where people go crazy with their lights too, but they have like really nice sidewalks, and everybody puts these like loops over the sidewalk and lights them through like the whole neighborhood. So we'll always go at some point too in their neighborhood and like drink hot cocoa and walk around and just like look at all the lights. It's really fun.
We don't have like that, but we do have some people that like do lights and stuff at their house. We had this one that like went all out on their house every single year, but they'd have like boxes out to like collect money for charity because of it and stuff. So like if you like this house, like stuff. And then one year someone stole the money. So they've never done it since, which was really sad because it was
Wow, that
like
is sad.
the best house near us that ever had lights. It was just amazing. Like every time you walked past it, you were just like, wow, this is Christmas. So yeah,
It made
although
me
there's
really go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay.
I was gonna say it made me really happy this year when some of my neighbors lit up their patios and it looks all Christmassy, and I was like, thank you.
Oh, because you're in an
Thank you for
apartment.
yeah.
That's so
And
cute.
they made it look all cute. It just makes me so happy to know that other people are like making the most out of living.
We have never done Christmas lights on our house
Summer.
because our house is 2 stories. And just the thought of like, there's no way either of us are getting up there with a ladder, and then we'd have to pay someone. And I'm like, ugh.
So, dude, I think I saw him on Shark Tank. This guy makes magnetic Christmas lights.
Where do
And when
they
you go
hook
up
to?
there, they don't hook. It just
I mean,
like
what are
so
they
you have like
magnet to?
there you have like gutters or something on like the outside of your
Oh,
house, or like there's some kind of like housing on your home where you have like metal. I think it was like Lori had questioned him on it. Well, if most houses are made with this, is it gonna work? And he's like, yeah, something, something. I'll find the video and I'll send it to you guys.
I
But
would love
maybe
to
that
know
would
if
be a
that
good
would work on
solution.
my house, because my house is just straight up stucco and then tile roof. I have no
Oh,
gutters.
oh,
I know. I have an old
oh
house.
yeah.
Well, not
Cries in
old.
Arizona.
Yeah. Every house here is stucco and beige.
They're kind of weird. It's weird. It's weird out here. That's okay though. Honestly, I got a lot of really good ideas from you guys. I love the idea of giving cards instead of gifts. Dana, I loved your card.
Oh, thank
Yes, you
you.
guys, Dana sent us
It was so
all a
cute.
digital Christmas card, and it was really sweet and adorable and cute,
Like,
and I
aw,
loved it.
what dis? It's effort, man. Like it takes time to put that shit together. Like, thank you.
Yeah, I did like a general one for everyone in my community who's in my Discord. So if you haven't got one, it's because you're not in my Discord. And then I did like a tailored one to all of my lovely mods. Because I appreciate you all individually. And I wanted to be able to take the time to give you guys that because I can't give everyone a gift. But my words are a gift in themselves. So enjoy.
Yes. Yes. But it just make sure you're taking care of yourself during this time. I don't know. I feel like I've kind of checked out of the whole holiday thing just because I've been so busy with work. And that in and of itself, it just I always forget how much work like Q4 is in like retail sense because it's if you're doing like a 12 days of holidays campaign, that's content you got to make at least 12 days worth of content. And that's not including all the content you had to do on all the other days, too. I kind of forget about that. Every year, Targaryen reminded me. He's like, Steph, you were like this last year. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay. At least there's a pattern.
Because we're doing Secret Santa this year, I've got a bit of extra money that I'd normally spend on other people for presents. So this year I've bought myself some presents. Like I've got this book I really wanted from the Samaritans website, but I bought it as one of those subscription boxes instead. So it came with like some extra things. So yeah, it cost me a bit of extra money, but like now when I open that, there's gonna be some really nice things in there. I bought myself a game for my DS that I had like when I was a kid that I loved playing at Christmas, and I was like, you know what, I'm actually gonna take some time and play it. So yeah, my self-care this year, I'm just buying myself some nice things to enjoy and just like take some time away from like being stressed with uni and content creation and work and everything.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky because this season is like the slowest season for me at work, because I run a co-working space, primarily for women. So women during the holiday season have visitors. We're doing stuff. I think there's some statistic where women are still handling like majority of the like holiday planning, So it's really nice. I get the whole week between Christmas and New Year's off, and then the whole month of December is just like so low key. And I feel so bad for anyone in marketing of any kind, because it's just like this is your shitstorm time where everybody's requesting stuff from you and needing things from you, and I'm just like, I'll just be over here chilling. It's
It's honestly
nice.
the beauty of like ADHD. Like I've been in marketing for about 10 years now. Like I forget about this every year. Every year Q4 comes around and I start feeling the pressure and I'm like, what is going on? My depression's back. I'm miserable. Why is it so busy all of a sudden? And it just I don't know.
We thrive under pressure. I think that's
A
like
little bit,
one of our
yeah.
strong suits. Like, I don't think it's great for people to work like a high pressure job like their whole life, but I think people with ADHD make like great like ER doctors and like line cooks and like things that like you are just hustling and under pressure, and you just like your brain just does it and you don't even have to think about really what you're doing. You're just like, but you get in the zone.
I've actually taken 2 weeks off work this week. Tomorrow week and then the week after I've got off work. So I'm quite happy about that.
Yay. That's exciting.
So one week is I've taken off to do my assignment, but the other week I've taken off so that hopefully I can catch up on uni work because I've been behind because of my depression, and the other part of having the second week off was so that I could maybe like chill and actually like enjoy the Christmas time.
I can't
Really
wait to
nice.
take some time off.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
I have
learned
to-
we have
Mm.
the 26th and the 2nd off. So
I'm gonna take like 3 or I don't know. I might take off a whole week. Who knows?
You should. It's definitely good, I think. In this time of year, we're supposed to be going slow. Remember?
Well, so in food distribution, it's a little bit different. So
Yeah, this is probably
next
busy
week,
time for you too.
Next week is super busy, but then the following week we have what we call an IT freeze. So nothing can happen within this time. And so that'll be super chill. But next week it's gonna hit hard, and then for the rest of the month, no one's gonna be working.
That'll be
Yeah.
nice though.
Our
Yeah.
busy time
Well.
isn't until April for year end and like stock checks and stuff, so that's quite nice. And then training, no one really wants to do training in December, like towards Christmas, so that's pretty quiet as well. So I was like, do you know what, I'm taking 2 weeks off, and both my managers were like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, thank you.
That's so nice. Do we want to share how we faked it over the last? It's been a while since we've recorded, so we have like 2 or 3 weeks to have faked something.
I think we have a month.
I can start. I feel like I never have a fake it, but like this time I actually do. I absolutely did not want to stream this week, and I did it anyways, and it ended up being fine, but I definitely had to like fake it to get myself into the chair and doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it ended up being fine and good. And I was glad I did it because I hadn't streamed in like 3 weeks, and I was like, you got to do it. Even though you don't want to, I just had to like push myself to do it. Fake it till I make it. And then I made it.
I had something similar actually. The Tuesdays I keep canceling my streams because like I'm not feeling well, or like one of them, it was my cousin's birthday, so I was like with her. And so like I've been canceling Tuesdays quite often, my streams. And like I've been doing Thursdays to try and make up for it. Unless I'm feeling like crap again. And so this Tuesday was the first one that I had actually come back into doing a stream on Tuesday. And I like ended a stream early Friday last week and then cancelled my Saturday stream as well. So like even I was like feeling even like more anxious about starting to stream. I don't know about you guys, but when you have like time away from streaming,
Yeah.
it's always
Yeah. You're like, oh, that's why I had
So,
to fake it.
yeah, I was the same, Braylon. I was the same on Tuesday. That's my faking it.
I don't know, man. I'm looking at streaming a lot different these days. I think it's because I do such long streams and they
Yeah.
require so much pre-planning, or at least like a couple of plan Bs, and it's the art that I chase is very serotonin driven. So it like boils down to like, okay, are you really going to be doing this seriously where you need to be forcing yourself to do art and get good and practice, or is this more for serotonin chasing? So I don't know. I feel like I've kind of lost some of that magic for art, but I did come back yesterday for Sturman, and that was dope. That was very nice. It's I don't know. It feels more pressure. I don't like sucking at something in front of people. Why on earth do I do that to myself? Like, I got to give myself time to get good at it. So it's like I'm being hard on myself. But
Yeah. Everybody sucks the first time they do everything.
exactly.
And for
You
like
got
a
to suck at
while
something
after
to
that.
get good at something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's cool to
And like
document the
you
process. So.
definitely don't suck as much as you think you do. Like everyone watching you is like, whoa, so sick. So
Yeah, I looked at what I did on stream yesterday. Like I had accidentally pulled it up on Twitter, and I'm like, ugh. It's time to delete that and start over, and we're gonna fix that. Not my thing. But no, I've just been busy with work, so keeping happy and trying not to complain every time someone asks me how work is going has been how I've been faking it.
I'm gonna give one how I faked it and one how I made it because I'm
Ooh.
proud of myself.
Oh,
so I'm doing
nice.
both.
I love that.
I'm gonna start with the fake it first, but wow, sorry. Oh yeah, okay. With work, I had been dealing with a problem for like a month, and I had been going back and forth with our vendor for so long about this problem. And then Friday, it just magically started working. And I was like, okay, great. Let me know if it starts messing up again. Hopefully it won't. Crossing my fingers. And then how I made it this week, I was super consistent with working out all week. And I'm very proud of that. Because it was awesome and I felt good. So.
That's amazing. I'm proud of you.
Fuck yeah, very proud.
So proud.
Especially because I took like 2 weeks off because of just life. So getting back into it was nice.
Exactly. I think like if you fall off the wagon, that's okay as long as you get back on. That's always what I think.
I agree.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for listening in. We hope you found some value. Join us on Discord to access resources mentioned in each episode and find your people. Follow us on social media and tune in to our next episode, Setting Realistic Resolutions.
Bye.
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 Bye.